Well, g'day. I'm here today. I'm going to talk to you about Ironman race week again. And today I'm going to be talking about how you can keep yourself grounded and relaxed and down regulated leading into the race. Now, every year I watch a whole bunch of people getting awfully stressed about race week itself. In fact, people get more stressed about the race week than they do about the race. And it's funny, because if you think about it, it doesn't matter how many Ironmans you do, there's always this, this surrounding nervousness that goes with it, which is understandable. That's normal. And you need to be aroused to a certain degree to have the energy to do what you need to do. But if you're over-aroused, if you're nervous, worried, ruminating, constantly thinking about the past and the future, then it's not a great way to lead in the race day, because you end up perpetuating the same things on race day, which isn't great. You just need to be present, need to be grounded. And if we can find ways to do that in race week, then we enhance our chances of doing the same thing on race day. Now, this is really simple stuff, right? Like, I don't know, like how many years I've sat and watched people stressing out more about race week itself than they do about the race. And the funny thing about the race is once the gun goes off, you stop worrying, you stop ruminating, you forget about it all, and you're just dealing with the process. Well, you do have that opportunity in race week as well. We make a choice whether we're going to stress out, or we make a choice that we're going to stay relaxed and calm. And this is how I got into this kind of caper in the first place, because when I was racing myself, I had to keep my race nerves under control. And I remember watching Peter Reid back in the day and thinking to myself how relaxed he looked in race week. And it strikes me as no accident, because it's critically important. If you're going to be at the zenith of your performance, then you need to be relaxed. You need to be calm. You need to be grounded. In race week, that means we just do some really simple things. We don't rush, we don't wait until the last minute to get things done. We do things methodically, we do them slowly, and we do them relaxed and down regulated, and we remind ourselves to do that. When we're at race registration, we're not projecting into the future. When we're at race registration, we're not thinking about what happened last time. We're just where we are right now. And simple grounding exercises like going for a walk in bare feet, paying attention to how the ground feels under your feet. They're really simple things. They're really simple things that will keep you grounded, keep you relaxed, keep you calm, keep you down regulated. And if you can do that, then your chances of expressing a great race result are very much enhanced, because when you turn up to a race fully present, then you've removed all the limitations from your athletic pathway. You turn up there dragging a whole bunch of past behind you, or projecting a whole bunch of future in front of you about outcomes and whatnots, then I tell you what, you're going to carry a lot more weight into that race than you need to or you ought to. So it's not about making anything wrong. It's just about having a plan moving into race week around being relaxed. So that means instead of waiting to race week to get your bike serviced, you do it the week before. Instead of doing all the things that you would normally do in the race week in a half-assed rush, you do the week before. You leave yourself as much space in that race week as you possibly can. And you factor in things like travel, you factor in things like sleep, you factor in things like rest and recovery, your last minute training, you map it all out. And you make sure that you leave enough space in it so that you can do it and feel relaxed and calm. And often we think that because an event like this is so big, there's this idea in our heads that we need to stress out, that I need to worry. Otherwise, I'm not going to get this done. And that's just a story that the mind tells us, and it's not true. And it's not only is it not true, it's very damaging. It's very damaging to our state of presence leading into the race. So our state of personal ground is very, very important on race morning. If you've managed to keep that race week down regulated, relaxed, then you've got a good chance of feeling relaxed and down regulated when that gun goes off. And that's priceless, because from there on out, you're really dealing with what is. And when we look at it in race week, Well, I should turn that around actually. As a coach, when I talk to a lot of people in race weeks, I get a lot of projections, right? I get a lot of ifs, buts, whens, whys, musts, must nots, shoulds, shouldn't haves, all sorts of crap. And the bottom line is, it's all just taking you away from the one thing that does connect you to the outcome, which is the process. Now, the race week itself is part of that process. What you put in your mouth, how much sleep you get, how much rest you get. You know, running around at race expos and whatnot is great fun and it's exciting. But if you let it overwhelm you, if you let it over arouse you, then you're going to lose your state of presence. And you're going to be projecting so far into the future and the outcomes that you're going to lose contact with the only thing that really serves you, which is your own state of presence. Now, I'm telling you straight up, there's not one athlete out there, one good athlete out there worth their salt who doesn't find a state of presence on race day. That's your gold. It's your gold in race week too. And that can, even in race week, if you are walking around race expo and whatnot, you're constantly you use a little mantra, like just when you breathe out, say the word calm. And you do it 3 times and you feel your feet on the ground at the same time and you feel your body coming down. You'll feel the nervous system relaxing. And that nervous system relaxing is putting energy bickies back in your bank that you're going to pull out on race day. So you've got to be constantly mindful. And I think that is the key word here, mindfulness. Mindfulness in race week. If you're mindful, then you turn up on race morning, you're going through the motions in transition. You're mindful of what you're doing, right? You're pumping the tires and you're with pumping the tires. You're not somewhere else, because if you're not, you know, things happen. The top pops off the pump and everything goes wrong and you can't find things. Where did I put my sunnies? Where are my gels? How many of us have heard this a million times? How many of us have experienced this? That's over arousal. That's not being present. That's being disconnected from too much external thought. So the key to all this is to stay with yourself, stay calm, stay relaxed. And I guarantee you, you will roll into race morning using that same philosophy. And before you know it, that gun goes off. And before you know it, you're at the finish line. Thanks for listening.